Good morning. So today there is a smog outside, and today what I plan to talk about is that few developments overnight, the news and all that information. One of the attempt of this blog would be something like what Google said, that organize the world's information and make it relevant and useful for mankind. And it will be primarily from an Indian objective. So, two, three news caught my attention yesterday. One is that India has refused to join the BRICS League and trade in Indian currency. India prefers to use dollar in its trade, not rupee. BRICS bloc is trying to push the agenda that BRICS countries will trade in their respective currencies globally, but India has refused to join that bloc and trade in dollar. Now, yesterday I also saw another video where Subramaniam Swamy, the maverick, I never respected him as much as I respect Amartya Sen, but he is still a good man, honest man, doesn't harm India and speaks truth. So, Subramaniam Swamy seems to have been given a free license to speak what he speaks. That's something important. That means BJP or RSS circle has given him right to speak what he feels right and appropriate. Subramaniam Swamy, in another interview with one of the alternate media, suggested that a cartel has taken power in India. The cartel of Prime Minister and Home Minister. They have taken the power up in India and they are mostly incompetent. There is no denying that. I think the first sign of incompetence came with the demonetization, the way it was done, without any plan, without any understanding. Second major sign of that incompetence came the way the lockdown was imposed. And the economy got sort of a big hit with both the decisions. And then GST and all that, which has become a joke now. So today I was looking at India's trade balance with China, nearly $70 billion, and ASEAN Bloc, Association of Southeast Asian Nations. With both these two trading blocs, India has significant trade deficit. Indian currency is nearing 86, inflation is high, there is no job in the economy, and India refused to trade in rupee. And then India will try that, okay, why my trade deficit with China is close to 60, $70 billion. ASEAN bloc is another $50 billion. The only two trading blocs with which India has trade surplus is the US and European Union. So these decisions are buckling. And then this morning I saw another news that India receives less number of tourists compared to Dubai or Singapore. So think about it. Dubai and Singapore is a city economy. And on top of all fanfare and all that PM Modi talked about some time back, that tourism can generate huge number of employments. That's true. But India attracts less number of overseas tourists compared to Dubai or compared to Singapore. A point which strikes, and he blames, the Scottish historian blames that India destroying this another structure in Agra was destroyed, difficult to keep up on how many masjid, how many mosques, how many Muslim structures, houses are getting destroyed in India, Delhi. So these are the issues, we need to understand. We are helpless on that because what Subramaniam Swamy was talking about, a cartel of incompetent and malicious minds. Not only they're incompetent, their intentions are also not right. So these people have hijacked Indian policy making, and India is suffering because of that. So these are the points I would like to highlight. Subramaniam Swamy rightly points out that nobody will be behind India. So one of the geopolitical allies, there is something called strategic partner, is a status of partnership. Like, is there any strategic partner India has in its geopolitical relationship? Be it US, be it China, be it Russia, be it European Union. No, European Union Parliament has slammed India. US has sent somebody some of their people in the Jammu Kashmir region to understand the reality and understand how much India will back them up. US has always this selfish interest, and so no, India has no strategic partner, no ally, always our friend. What I call, what geopolitical analysts call, India has no all-weather friend, and China is already in now. This point I was trying to suggest some time back. And what Subramaniam Swami says is that India sleeps with everybody, like SSD the Beach. SSD is the Beach is a character in my storytelling in YouTube talks. So it is nothing real. Like SSD the Beach, a fictional character, a metaphorical character. She is a character from a real life. To give an analogy, from a professor in GIS University, Surjashika Das, who killed her husband, who killed her son's father, who is a bitch in Kolkata, who is a whore in Kolkata. So this character helps me in narrating story because these analogies help to express yourself better. So India, like SSD, the bitch sleeps with everybody. It sleeps with Russia. You will remember some time back, India was trying to import oil, crude oil from Russia with Indian rupee. But Indian rupee kept on falling. Russia said enough is enough. I will not export you crude oil at Indian rupee if you can't maintain rupee stability. And Russia walked away. So that's natural. Like if you are working with somebody in bilateral currency trade, you need to respect and maintain your currency at a stable value. India failed to do that, so Russia walked away. And Russia also later realized that India is a part of Quad member. India is sort of trying to sleep with US at times, just like this is to the beach sleeps with everybody. So India has no strategic ally, no all-weather friend in geopolitical relationship. India has no strategic partner, ally, no friend in its neighbor. Also, Bangladesh, Nepal, Bhutan, all are probably tired of India. The China intrusion in India is becoming more open now. More and more people are openly talking about that, the point that Indian government was trying to hide. But I will stress on 2, 3, 5 points. One is that India is refusing to join the BRICS bloc in trading in rupee or respective currencies. So what it will impact is that Indian currency will further go down. India will occasionally crib about trade deficit with China. It will not be able to do anything. And the same drama, same nautanki will continue. India will continue to have trade deficit with ASEAN bloc. India is not competitive. I told you why. India's interest rates are high. Indian currency is falling. India's power rates are high. India is not an efficient country. And final block came today morning is that India gets less foreign tourists than Singapore or Dubai because India is destroying all its historical legacy of Muslim structures. One more was down recently, last 2, 3 days. So this is what is happening. Now I'll come to the trade deficit part. Why India should try to strengthen the BRICS bloc, but India is trying to sabotage the BRICS bloc. I have talked about it earlier. India is not joining hands with China. India is not joining hands with Russia to bring down the dollar hegemony. India is not competing, or India is not trying to strengthen its own currency. India is simply drifting, like the leadership of India is simply drifting. And what Subramaniam Swami said, a small group of cartel of incompetent people, devious mind, malicious minds, they have taken up the leadership of India. And Subramaniam Swami has points here. That means, Indian leadership is void of any talent, any person who can say no to this Modi Shah regime. So he says that anybody in the government, they have to be, Subramaniam Swami uses a term, this something Panchu ministry, Garpanchu or something. So this is something what is happening. And India sleeps with everybody, but not a permanent partner like this Professor Surjashika Das of GIS University, a fictional character, who sleeps with everybody. She doesn't know with whom she will sleep today or tomorrow. And she has attained the beach of Kolkata status. So India will soon become something like that. It's unfortunate. And the last part is that somehow this BJP IT cell, they tied up with Surya Das. BJP IT cell, the Samit Malviya paid significant money to Surya Das and LinkedIn to get my account restricted there. So what happened is that Surya Das complained to LinkedIn that Ranjit Goswami is writing about somebody, God knows whom I was writing about, she did not understand that. And she will complain to LinkedIn, she will complain to Facebook, she will complain to various police, military, Israeli military. They bombed again Gaza, I understand, yesterday. And some relief camp was bombed, SSDs, behind all those, or all these sex racket that is happening in UK. SSD, the trafficker of sex workers, or even the prisoners who have been released. So the SSD, the bitch, is trying to increase her global influence and trying to work on those areas. So this is a fictional character that helps me to tell my analogy or story. But the point I'm trying to say is that be careful when a small group of cartel of incompetent, malicious minds take over policy making in India, just like as it is doing for BRICS bloc now. BRICS bloc, India should be strongly part of that, and strongly. India was not part of Brick and Road initiative. That was a big mistake India made. The second mistake India is making now is that it's not trying to be part of strengthening BRICS bloc, but weakening BRICS bloc, sabotaging BRICS bloc. And you look at India's trade deficits, one of the major reasons for weakening rupee. So India's stock market will remain high, benefiting 10% of Indians and the super rich like Adani and Ambani. But India will keep on falling and Indians will suffer. A global power like US and others will always try to exploit that because India has no permanent friend, no ally, no partner. India's messed up. So the point is that Indian external relationships have been messed up, India's economy has been messed up, India's currency is messed up, India's manufacturing is messed up, everything. And today what I saw is something an eye-opener. India attracts less number of tourists compared to Dubai. Dubai has a population of what? Hardly 10 million. Singapore also similarly 10-20 million. So a country of 100 crore plus, 140 crore, 1,400 million people, citizens, with an area of roughly around 80 lakh square kilometers, 70-80 lakh square kilometers of land, attracts less number of tourists compared to Dubai and Singapore. A civilization of 2,000 years old, 3,000 years old, we claim. A civilization that has Buddhism, Jainism, Sikhism, Hinduism, Islam. Yesterday I was reading somewhere, Bible mentions India. Bible mentions very few countries. One is that Israel, Gaza, Palestine, those nations will be there, that are shown as a map. So Bible mentions India. That means that's the religious heritage of India has, and our own unique culture and history. We are not able to attract as many tourists as Singapore or Dubai does. Something, if this type of data do not wake us up, and tourism is a good job generation, employment generation field, as well as tourism can attract lots of foreign exchanges also. Today I have not checked it up that Indians touring outside India and foreigners coming to visit India, net their account, is it how much deficit or surplus? Meaning, are we spending more money in Indians going abroad, or are we spending more money or earning more money in foreigners visiting India? So some of these things are important to understand why India is India. I am saying that India can be a great nation if there is good leadership in the country, but there will be elements like this leadership vacuum and crisis, with no talent, no brilliance, no honesty, no truthfulness in the leadership, one part. And then there will be bitches like SSD who will try to ensure that my voice is the only problem she has in her life. She wants to block my voice, this bitch. So this bitch will try to get me restricted by complaining to LinkedIn, and BGP IT cell will work with them, pay some millions of dollars to the bitch and to LinkedIn. So LinkedIn got close to $100 million and blocked or restricted me there. LinkedIn has no, I think another thing I must tell you that I believe all of us should shift to Twitter. Twitter is great. Elon Musk is doing great. He's trying to come up with a search engine and email also. So that will be good. I don't have much problem with Google as such. Search engine Google or email Gmail, I'm happy with that. But it is always brought to good quality, you know, choices. Twitter and Google, they dominating the AI area. They're dominating the IT space or online web or cloud services. That will probably serve the world better. Twitter is trying to come out with news media and they have succeeded a lot. And the point is that LinkedIn steals. That's something the worst. It's worst. Satya Nadella, whatever, an Indian. LinkedIn steals content. That's, unbelievable. A company of Bill Gates and LinkedIn, they steal content you have created. They suddenly tell you that no, you can't have access to your control. They suddenly tell you that your freedom of speech is banned. Twitter never does that, I believe. So the point is that the Twitter is always best if you are trying to create a long-term social media account for telling your story, for speaking out and having your own voice. Not too much marketing, I'll say. Twitter is best and Google is best. So go for YouTube and Twitter combination. These are great for learning and keeping you up to date. What I said, organize the world's information and make it relevant. So you need to organize the world's information so that your interpretation of the world is good, your interpretation of India is right. These are the things you need to keep in mind. Have a good day. Thank you. Bye.